This is my fifth and final video from this year's Budapest Comic Con. Editing and compiling all these clips was almost as exhausting as the 2-day event with all its programs. I approached the convention with great expectations, as the last two were exceptionally good. Great artists, lots of goods to buy, interesting panels to listen to, and captivating interviews with international guests made me wish for something similar this year too. I don't want to say that I was underwhelmed, because I clearly wasn't. I had so much fun at the Korean part of the event with all the traditional dances and performances. But in terms of comics and movies, I felt that the magic was kind of missing. As I mentioned previously, I do have the dream of getting better at drawing and painting and making a comic book or a one-shot, for instance, one day. I have so many ideas, I just lack the talent and creativity to do so, so I wanted to get some inspiration from the artists that they have invited. I don't have high hopes, I'm not young anymore to start a career in this business, but I still was curious how the guests got into comics, how they approach the workflow, what they think of the trends, etc. There were 2 segments with Hungarian artists making their way into the American or international scene, and I think this is a huge thing. Makes you proud of their efforts and luck, so you are even more curious about them. Sadly, they looked rather cold and not so approachable, and one panel even praised the use of 3D assets in comics, which is a big no for me, so I felt kinda disappointed with that. I'm sad I missed the international artists, maybe they had more inspirational conversations. Afshan Azad's interview seemed shorter than what was promised in the schedule, but she's pregnant, maybe she needed time for herself and the baby, so I'm not mad about that. But Eric Roberts with his TDS, also known as Trump Derangement Syndrome, has really left a bad taste in the audience's mouth. I know, it's Hollywood and they are mostly left and far left, so no wonder, but I think politics should be a private matter for every person, and it definitely has no place at a fan convention. There was also a Harry Potter podcast too, where one of the guests was a complete lunatic, claiming J.K. Rowling to be a transphobe multiple times, which she clearly isn't, and even the audience growled at her repeated attempts of slander. Some people. So these small things definitely left me disappointed. This time I did not buy anything, which was also kind of sad. I just have all the books and comics I need, all the figures I wanted to buy, and if I don't, I will print them and paint them myself. So on the way back home, sitting on the train, I really was thinking about the whole thing, if it was worth to be there or not, or to go to the next one, because they announced that next year they will be having another 2-day Comic Con in June. But then I remembered being around all the excited people, the dancers, the cosplayers, the families that brought the next generation, their kids to the event, to share the excitement. And I realized that being around all these people, sharing the experience as a whole, was a lot more worth than a couple of meh interviews or grumpy guests, so I will be looking forward to the next year's Comic Con as well. Will you be there too? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.